Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Subsistence. Today we are going to make ourselves a storage crate finally. I think I should have everything. I did spend a day in between gathering some loot, but mostly it was just wood. So we're going to go ahead and build this storage crate. And then we are going to build ourselves, or craft ourselves, a pistol, because we do have 4 rounds. I mean, it's not a ton, but that's relatively easy to find pistol ammo in the ammo crates. So we're going to do that as well. We do need to get ourselves out and about today. It is raining. If you notice this was not here in the last episode. It rains all day yesterday as well, and we were struggling to stay warm. I don't know, and I'm not 100% sure if the campfire needs to be covered or not. I want to say it does, but don't quote me on that because I am not 100% sure on that. So I am just going to drop this little storage crate just here, just because we just need to empty out our inventory a bit. We want to make sure that we have stuff in our inventory, but we also want to make sure that we are not carrying too much stuff in our inventory, because if we die, we lose a third of it. So let's just put all of this stuff, lovely stuff, away. The feathers, we might need the sticks and the feathers. I'm not sure on any of this stuff. So we have our pistol, we have our storage crate. I would love to get a shotgun as well, but we only have 1 round and we only have 1 piece of cloth. So that's why I went with the pistol versus the shotgun. And this is a lot cheaper to make, the pistol ammo. If you're not aware of that, 1 ammo casing, 4 gunpowder. We have the ability to make 5 more pistol rounds now versus probably maybe not even 1 shotgun round. So there's that. Let's go ahead and just craft a few more arrows, not a ton. I really didn't want to use all of the nails that I have, just in case we needed some. Sticks and feathers as well. I'm going to leave the fishing pole as well as the glow stick here also. Let's just take the ash from here. I'm not sure how much we can store in there. Okay, so we are pretty okay on food this morning. I do want to go ahead and reload the pistol. Let's just go ahead and get that done. We do know there's a cougar in the area now. Beach Bum let me know that it does not come down here, or she's not seen it down here, but that doesn't mean it don't. She said it does stay like right above the falls, but she's never really seen it down here where we are attempting to build. And I say attempting because a lot of people have said this is a difficult location because there's not a lot of resources here, and it's a relatively small location. Again, shotgun ammo found in almost every container. It's not too difficult to find. Let's just put you down here because I do want to keep up with that. I want to store it in the storage crate if possible. If you hear a noise in the background, that is very uncommon for my videos. We got a new puppy this week, and he may or may not be playing in the floor with toys and a bone and all of that lovely stuff. If I don't forget to do it, I will try to post a couple of videos, or not videos, sorry, pictures of him at the end of this video. But yeah, he's been a huge learning curve for us because we have never had a puppy inside before. We've never had an inside dog before. So we are definitely working on that. Sleep deprivation is real because he is only 7 weeks old. But yeah, sleep deprivation is real, guys. It really is. We don't have any children, so we are not aware of that yet. But we did get a puppy, and he's been a lot of fun, but he's also been a lot of work. Trying to potty train him and crate train him. It's definitely been a journey, that's for sure. I do have my keys backwards now, I think. I've changed the mouse wheel, the scroll, opposite of what's normally in the game, because I think that's how it is in other games that I've played in the past, but I could be completely wrong. No, it's right now. It just took me a minute. I have not played anything. We have not had a lot of chance to do videos this week based on the weather here. We had a massive storm on Tuesday, which left us without power for 2 days. It went out one day and then came in the next. And I do need the cloth from these guys. I really don't like to kill the rabbits, but there's not a ton that I can do about that at this current stage because we need the cloth. I want to make a shotgun just because I am so used to having that around. I don't have the ability to make the double barrel because I don't have the workbench placed yet. And I don't know if that's something that I can just craft or if I need the BCU for the workbench. I'm pretty sure I need the BCU for that, and I am not ready to place that just yet, guys. I want to get something around me first before we do that. Some type of structure. We do need food, so we are gonna attempt to kill this chicken as well. So food is an issue for us. We do have the fishing pole, although I'm not a great fisherman. I've told the story before of me catching my very first fish. I've only ever caught one fish in my life, so the very first one was the only one. We were fishing at my uncle's pond, and it was just me and my dad. And I caught my very first fish. He was so proud of me for doing that. I was yelling at my aunt and uncle who were sitting on their front porch watching us fish, and I was telling them, look at this fish I've caught, and they were so proud of me. My aunt and uncle are really good people. My uncle has since passed, but he was a really good person as well. He was super, super friendly to everyone. But they were so proud of me for catching my very first fish, and the only fish that I've ever caught in my life. So we have a couple of berries. I am going to go ahead and eat a couple of these because our fruit and vegetable situation down here isn't great, but it isn't horrible. I'm trying not to get too far from the campfire because those do go out very, very quickly, but I do want to catch or try to find some crates and some rabbits for cloth. Let's just go ahead and take that because that is good loot. Those nails are great. We are in the process of building, so we do need as many nails as possible. So there's that. I don't even have a plant bed yet, guys. I think we are in the cougar area, if I'm not mistaken. And I could very well be mistaken. We'll just have to keep listening for it as well. But I am just, trying to get out and get some loot today. Cottonseed is nice. I would like to find a couple of tomato seeds. I do think I have one or two in the inventory or in my crate back at the base. I would like to find a couple more because I do want to start getting a plant bed pretty soon. It's probably one of the first things that we need when we get the BCU placed. Okay, Keys, what's going on here? It's like it's backwards for me. Okay. Sometimes it feels like it's backwards, other times it doesn't. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Okay, so I'm not sure where we are, but probably close to where we live. Not really. This is an area we have not really explored yet. There's a beachfront down there. There's a crate just over here. Where are the animals today, guys? I'm not sure what's going on with them, but I haven't seen any animals at all. And I don't really mind. I mean, it is nice to be out looting without animals. So that's okay as well. Okay, lots of pistol ammo. Very, very nice. Let's see if we can go ahead and reload this thing. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm just switching a lot of these tools out because everything seems backwards at times and then at times it doesn't. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. So we did pick up a carrot seed. There's plant fiber just here. This would have been a nice place to build as well. There's There's not a lot of flat land here, though, honestly. There's a bear over there. We're not completely alone. Okay, let's just take all of that as well. Pick up the plant fiber. I wonder if there's any kelp in here. We need kelp. We need all kinds of stuff. I mean, we're doing relatively okay. I know there's a bear over there. Okay. He's just over there minding his own business. He's not at all concerned about us, guys. Not at all. So if there's some weird cuts in this video, I may have to do things with the puppy, take him out to potty, because he is in the process of being housebroken. So we are really, really working on that. Finding some kelp here. It's just the shorter weeds if you're not familiar with that, and it does give you some fruits and vegetables, but it's a great source of mass if you're able to keep that. Unfortunately, it does go bad. It does have a spoilage timer on it, and it is not, we are not able to keep it. So we're going to have to eat it in the beginning, but when we get a fridge up and going, that will be an excellent source of mass for us. Each kelp, if you're new to the game and you have kelp stored, each kelp provides 3 mass versus like one piece of wood is 1 mass. So kelp is definitely the way to go with that. We are going to have to build an outpost down by the northern lake when we get to the point that we can, when we're able to explore a bit further, simply because I do want to do some things in looting around that lake, because it is an area that I'm familiar with, and we can definitely manage to get down there, spend a day or two doing some looting around the lake, bring all the loot home, and I don't think it would be an issue at all. I know that rogues like to live around the lake, and that's great. I'm okay with that. We do need some trees, some wood. Okay, let's just chop the 6-log tree. We have been struggling to stay warm as well. We are struggling with heat because we don't have on any clothing except for the pants that are provided in the beginning when you spawn in the game. Okay. Is there anything at all up here? I know there's a way to get from here over to the southern lake, but I'm not quite sure where it is or where it takes you to or brings you out at. I'm not sure about that. I know it's over by the Cougar Cove area in the southern lake. I know that, but I'm not quite sure where that area is here. Albion mentioned that there is an eagle spawn here. That's very true. I did see the eagle overhead yesterday. I don't think I caught that on video. If I did, I do apologize, but I do think it was the day in between when I was just gathering loot and wood that I did see the eagle flying overhead. We do need a pickaxe as well. I'm not sure I have the resources for a pickaxe at this point, but hopefully pretty soon we'll get one and we'll start gathering some ores, because honestly, it's never too early to start gathering ores. Day 1 is a great day to start gathering iron, zinc, potassium, all that lovely stuff that you're going to need. Okay, there is a piece of scrap here. Scrap is also a great thing to just grab as much of it as you can see on the ground. Never ever think you have too much scrap, because that just isn't a thing. You can never have too much scrap. I mean, if you have crates and crates and crates of it and you are completely finished building, there's always mass that you can make with it. But for the most part, you can never ever have too much of it. Just when you think you've got enough, you realize you really don't. Okay, so there's a bear down here. I'm not sure if this is where we need to go, but we are almost home, so yes, that is the direction we need to go, meaning the cougar should be up here? Somewhere? I don't know. I know there's a cougar around here somewhere, guys, and it does have me a bit scared, but I am just walking today, trying to conserve as much energy and food as possible, because running requires more stamina usage, more food, all of that lovely stuff. So, if I didn't finish the thing earlier, we had a pretty bad storm. We were without power for a couple of days. We were without internet as well for 2 days, I think. My mom had internet, which was great. We could go there and do things that we needed to get done online. Both me and my husband, and we just hung out there for a bit. I downloaded a couple of movies to watch. So there's that. And by download, I mean Netflix. Okay, there's a chicken. It did see me, and it's running away. Our fire is out, I think, which isn't great. I don't want to keep using fire starting kits because it is draining our biofuel. I do have one match in my inventory, but I want to save that as well. Those matches are things that I like to use when I am going to an outpost or setting up an outpost. Food is nice, guys. Food is great. I don't mind shooting the chickens. I would love to see a couple more rabbits as well, although you wouldn't hear me say that if we didn't need the cloth. Cloth is a thing. Darn it. So the chicken was roughly here. There's my arrow. Just want to make sure that I'm keeping and getting and collecting as many arrows as possible from these missed attempts on hunting, because we are desperate for arrows. We're desperate for food as well. Thought there was a berry in there, but it was just that bush. That bush has a weird color. Hey, chicken. Okay, so we did get... Whoa! Speaking of eagle, he was trying to get my food. That was pretty neat. I don't think I've seen that. I think other people have mentioned it, but I don't recall ever seeing that. That is pretty cool, guys. I have to admit. I didn't even know what that sound was. I thought it was something going on in the house, honestly. So my husband named the dog, or the puppy, Copper. He was pretty into The Fox and the Hound growing up, and he really, really enjoyed that movie, and he did name our puppy Copper. People have said that he looks nothing like the dog in The Fox and the Hound, and that's okay. He doesn't have to be copper. He isn't even copper colored. That's okay. We don't mind. Not that big of a deal to us. Okay, so let's butcher these animals. Butcher you. You desperately need to butcher the rabbit. Get that in our tummies. Another chicken here. We want to kill this chicken and butcher it as well. Do we have the stuff to build or craft a fire starting kit? I love the fact that you can craft from your crate if you need to. I love that. It's one of my favorite additions to the game now. Very much appreciate that. Okay, there's another tomato seed. I don't even recall getting that. But that is nice. Very, very lovely. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put you in here. Ignition. We need a fuel source. I would love to be able to craft some fuel bricks, but I don't want to use all of my plant fiber. Let's just ignite this. Get it going. We want to cook the rabbit first because we did kill it first. And then some chicken. We're doing pretty well with water. Didn't really need the kelp. But that's okay. We'll just have one anyway. I mean, it doesn't give you a lot in return, but it is food, guys. It gives you +9 fruits and vegetables, +3 hunger, -1 hydration. The blueberries give you 13 fruits and vegetables, +4 hunger, and 0 hydration. So that's a lot better for you than the kelp, but the kelp is great in a pinch. Okay, so our food is low-grade rabbit meat is medium doneness. If you're not aware, the word medium beside that is how done your food is. You want it to be cooked before you eat it, because otherwise you can and will get infected. Just cook that piece of chicken as well. Let's eat the rabbit. Eat a couple pieces of chicken, and we should be okay. Let's drink our water as well. And then let's grab some more water very, very quickly from just here. And we have a wolf over there. That's not great. And let's put the water in here to cook as well. Let's watch this chicken because we don't want it to burn. It's medium cooked. Our water is still brown here. That means it's dirty water. You want to make sure it's blue before you drink it. Otherwise, you will get infected as well. The only cure for an infection is to make the antidote, and that requires a liver from either a wolf or a bear or a cougar or one of the, the larger animals. You do have to get a liver. I don't know what I was doing there. Hopefully that didn't start the purifying over. It don't seem that it did. So that's lovely. Okay. So we have this wolf over here, guys. How many arrows do you think it would take to kill it? I mean, that's a lot of wasted arrows. We only have 7. But I could really, really use the cloth. The fat, not so much, but the cloth would be lovely to have. There is a couple of plant fibers over here. Definitely going to grab those because we do need as many as we can get. I also want to make a couple more planks so that we can continue on the base that we are building. Okay, there usually is some rabbits up this direction. I want to get a shotgun. Even if it is a pump shotgun, it's still better than nothing. And if you have been around this channel for very long, you know the pump shotgun is definitely not my weapon of choice. I much prefer the double barrel, even though it is only 2 shots versus the pump. I feel like the double barrel does more damage, and I'm fairly certain that it does in reality. But I much prefer that. Okay, we are against the fence. I think there's usually rabbits like right in this area. Just above me, honestly. Or at least I feel like there has been every single time that I've played on this save. I'm not really seeing any today. But there is some plant fiber over here. Possibly a crate. I think it might just be the fiber. That's okay as well. We'll take it because it is great loot. And we do need it. We need a ton of this so that we're able to make some fuel bricks also. It does require 10 plant fiber, but I really much prefer the fuel bricks when we get the stove versus the wood because we need the wood for building. Okay. I'm not really seeing anything up here. This is pretty over in that area. I would like to see more of this map expanded. I think most people are like me. I think they're pretty impatient when it comes to map expansions, things like that, because it really is just lovely to explore those, and they are beautiful as well. Cold Games definitely gets it right when it comes to a map. It's just gorgeous. Lovely, lovely quality. The only thing I would love to see more of, and I know that some others would probably agree with me, is some more flat land. Really would like to see flat land in the game. And of course people are going to probably say, well, there's lots of flat land in the game if you know where to look. Well, that's probably true. And I haven't explored a lot of this area, so I'm not quite sure there's lots of flat land. I mean, there's flat land here, but that doesn't necessarily translate into a monstrous base. And it is pretty high in altitude, so we could potentially get pretty cold up here. Okay. Cougar Country over in this area. I know this is the area that the cougar was in last time. It was just up the stream from the falls. There's a crate over there. Hopefully the cougar's a bit higher and I can grab this crate. As long as it isn't just here. Lovely. Nails are great. Don't mind those at all. Pressing R to grab the loot and holding it is lovely as well, but it's so difficult to retrain your brain to press R instead of, clicking take off. Because we've been doing that for so long. I know I'm going to see this cougar pretty soon, or at least I feel like I am anyway. Hopefully it doesn't see me first and decide that it wants to attack, because that would not be great. Okay, so I think we've already been over this direction. I think there is an animal down here. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was a bear or something just in this area, but it seems like I'm completely wrong. Okay, so we are almost home, I think. And the day is coming to an end very, very quickly. So I don't know if we're going to get very much building done today, but we do have a weapon crafted. We did craft our first storage crate, and we do have a way to semi-defend ourselves now. Not a great way to do it, but sort of. The pistol isn't great when it comes to a good weapon, until you get it upgraded quite a bit, or so I've been told. These two crates over here are lovely. Lovely little find on the way toward the base. Let's do that. Grab the casings as well as the rifle rounds, the 7.62. More nails. So we're going to be doing pretty well when it comes to building in the next episode. Let's just take you. And there's a bear. And you. And nope. I think we're getting pretty close to home. We are, sort of. So we'll be checking the map quite often, guys, because I do get lost over here. Are you a crate? It's getting very, very dark for me. The sun is setting. I'm not sure if there's a crate or plant fiber or something over here. There is a wolf over here, though. So I just need to get back over to the falls and get settled in for the night. I will do some... What are you? What are you? Level 180. You're a deer. Okay, so I will do some crafting as far as planks and things are concerned, and we will pick up the next episode with building on the base, because it is getting too dark to do that now. I didn't intend to be out this late, and I really wanted to get some building done, but that is okay. We'll do it in the next episode. Very, very excited about the tiny amount of base that we do have built. I mean, we have a fire, we have a crate, and we do have a wall and one ceiling piece. Those are not going to be staying there. That is just going to be a walkway to get into the base. The base is going to be built around the waterfall. So I assume that's called a waterfall base. Not quite sure, but I think it is. Hopefully the wolf hasn't gotten too close to us. I know it was over here earlier. Hopefully it's just wandered away. I think it might have. Okay, so we have this. Out of fuel again over here. We're going to go through a lot of wood with this fire. That is for sure, guys. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and have this piece of chicken. And I'm going to eat my last piece of kelp. And I will save the blueberry until it's nearly gone. And then I will just have it as well. I don't want to waste it. I know we did lose a couple of things, but that's okay. I mean, we can't eat every single piece of food that we do find. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to just keep overeating. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate all of your support on this channel and on this series as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're looking forward to future episodes, and I can't wait to catch you guys in the next one. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day.